Hey everyone, it is Luke from Up North Collectors, and it is time for episode number 5 of Turning a Profit Tuesday. I was going to make one last week, and I had to work, and I completely forgot. So I didn't end up making one and just kind of moved it all to this week. So I'll just run over what I bought real quick and what I sold, just like I normally do, and then kind of get into my picks for the week. So what I bought this week, I spent, and actually last week too, spent a total of $183. I actually went pretty crazy with Anthony Davis. I bought more than what I have right here. I bought some stuff on Instagram as well too, and I pretty much, it's kind of hard to keep track of buying stuff on there, so I don't even remember exactly what I bought. That stuff's not on here. But this is all stuff that I bought on eBay, which is very easy to trace. So I paid $31.72 after tax for a 1920 Panini Prism Mosaic Basketball Anthony Davis Silver and Silver Mosaic card. The cost per card was $15.36. Now, the reason why I bought these is because Anthony Davis, this is his second card of a pretty popular set. Mosaics even, catching in more popularity now. But those cards are his first in a Lakers uniform, which I think if they do have a basketball playoffs, which it's looking like they will, Lakers have a really good shot at going really deep. Anthony Davis is a star player who seems to be pretty undervalued right now. And if they do really, really well, Anthony Davis plays well, these cards, his first ones in a Lakers uniform, will go up in value a lot. Just like if you look back to last year, 2018 Optic LeBron stuff, that was his first popular set card in a Lakers uniform, and those cards have skyrocketed, almost $20 for a base card now, and the holos, I want to say, are over $200 raw. So definitely, a chance to go way up. I mean, obviously Anthony Davis is not like LeBron necessarily, but definitely does have good potential. So, also bought a Mosaic Green Jam Masters card for $8.38. I just like those cards, super cool looking. In the green, it looks awesome, and I think those will even catch on more as an insert set than just as a, Anthony Davis as a player. But if I was a collector of Anthony Davis and wanted to go pick up one of his cards from Mosaic, I'd probably either lean towards a base like Silver Mosaic card or to the Jam Masters, because those just look really cool. So bought one of those. Also bought a green Mosaic base of Anthony Davis for $8.98 shipped. Next up, I had talked in my last video about picking up some Reyes stuff. I got a good deal on his 19 Topps Chrome Update autograph. They're not numbered, sticker autograph, but still a cool looking card. Nice to have an auto of him. I actually dug through a box of ours a couple of weeks ago and found a Reyes first Bowman refractor autograph, which has gone way up in value from the time we got it. But I think he is going to be a very solid player if baseball ever happens this year, which it kind of looks like it may not. But even if going into next year, I think he could be a guy who still does well. He's still pretty young, so I think he could be a very solid player, and that card could go up a lot. You look at what somebody like Acuna, Soto, even the lesser guys, what they're going for in their Chrome autographs. They've actually increased over the last couple weeks. So definitely looking, kind of more into Chrome right now. Just because I think there'll be some crossover from these new collectors coming in that maybe collect basketball, want to get into something that has a lot of, kind of long-term value, a sport like baseball. So they're going to kind of start buying in, with basketball. Prism is a really big deal. Prism Silvers are a really big deal. And obviously basketball is a completely different beast than baseball, and each have their own kind of things, but I think something that could catch on is a Topps Chrome base refractor card. Sort of comparable to a silver in Prism basketball. I'm not sure exactly what the odds are, but they're probably about the same scarcity as well. The Chrome refractor, I'd say they're about the same. They're pretty tough to pull a good rookie refractor, just like it's pretty tough to pull a good rookie silver from basketball. And this week I bought two Gleyber Torres refractor rookies for $50.50, a total of $25.25 a card. That really isn't too bad. The only thing I wish with him is it's a different picture. I'll show you guys in a second, but it's a different picture. Actually, I don't know if I will. I don't think I have that tab open, but it's a different picture than his update card, which I think could hurt the value a little bit. But definitely still a low investment for a guy who's a two-time All-Star. I think will be a very solid player going forward. And for that price, it's not not a big risk, and I don't really think the card will go down very much. It definitely has potential to go up a lot if that does catch on. That's a big long shot. I'm definitely not saying that it will go up. But I think there is a possibility where something like a Topps Chrome Refractor could catch on comparable to like a Panini Prism Silver. There's obviously a lot of different stuff with baseball as well, like Bowman First autographs, which you don't have in basketball, that are very popular. But I still think that there's a chance, due to crossover collecting and stuff, that a Topps Chrome Refractor could definitely catch on. And actually, they kind of already are with certain players. So the next thing that I bought, I was super pumped about. Got these off of Instagram from a very reputable guy. Bought from him before. His cards, he does a lot of grading with PSA, and he has looked over all these cards and said they all look really good. I got them in hand, looked at them. They all look great, so some of these will definitely go off to grading. I spent $52 on 4 1920 Panini Prism Basketball Luka Doncic Prism base cards, which is definitely a good deal. At $4.72 a card was what it came out to, all in all, after I bought all these 11 cards. Also bought 7 card lot from Mosaic. There's 6 base cards and then a green insert. I think it's like the Will to Win insert, or maybe I can't remember. I think it's Will to Win. But bought those as well. I'm probably, as long as some of them look good, I'll probably send a few off to SGC to see, how they do. But those graded cards are doing very well. I will show those in a minute as well. They're doing really well right now. I think the PSA is going for around 120, and I saw an SGC selling for about the same as a PSA 10, which is kind of crazy. But if I can get 110, I can double, one graded card that grades a 10. You can double your money right there. Definitely a risk because you're buying raw cards that you never see in person. But I trust this guy. I've seen his stuff before. You kind of build a relationship. You kind of know how the cards are cared for, if they're, just whatever. So I ended up getting those, hoping that those will grade well, and can definitely make some money there. So pretty pumped about that. I think second year Prism base will also catch on even more now, as you see stuff like second, third year LeBron Topps Chrome cards skyrocketing in value. And you look at some other guys too, like Giannis, his second year Prisms are crazy. So the sales for those 2 weeks, I didn't do a ton of selling, but I did a couple of weeks ago. I bought a Luka Silver and a Luka Hyper for $95. Ended up selling each card for $80, so a total of $160 after fees and stuff. Each card was like $69.06. So I ended up making a $49.20, almost $50 off those 2 cards, which is a pretty solid profit off that $95. You're getting about a 45% profit margin, not quite, but pretty close. So that's pretty cool to be able to get that. So kind of get into some eBay comps here. So on that Prism base of Luka, you're looking at $12 a card, $149 for 16, $18 for 2. So I would say it's worth in between like $6 to $12 would probably be fair. So getting those at $4.75 a piece and a lot was definitely a good deal. And once again, I'm pretty excited to see if I can grade a couple of those and see how those do, because I'll show you right here. These are the most recent sales of a base card. The PSA 10 on auction sold for $100, and the SGC 10 actually outsold that one, I believe. It doesn't say best offer accepted, but it could have been. It sold for $125. So that's also really solid. Pretty pumped about that one as well. Next up is this comp for the second year Giannis base. So this base Prism sold for is on auction for $54.12, $58, $57. They sell for a little under $89. We'll go to sold here real quick if I can find sold. They sell really well, $46, $67 for second year base, and that's kind of what you're looking at with Luka too. There's definitely more of these that are definitely printing more Prism now, I would imagine. So probably will not quite get to that level, but still really cool. And could definitely go up quite a bit more. Next up, Anthony Davis. Going to talk about him a little bit more. Still a big fan of these cards. I think they look awesome. But I mean, you look at some of this, you can buy a silver, and these are not easy to pull. A silver Prism is tough. And right there, $19.99 for that silver, which is cool. And really isn't too expensive of an investment, considering if you look at stuff like LeBron silvers, they're way more in value. I think the LeBron from regular Prism and from this stuff, are well over $100. I want to say his regular Prism's even around 220-ish raw, which is crazy. So definitely some really, really good potential for ROI there. There's a lot of stuff too, like these Green Jam Masters. I wasn't getting crazy deals, but you can still pick his stuff up really cheap. Like, look at this lot right here for, maybe he takes an offer for $12. You got $17 into it. You get those 3 cards. I think these mosaic cards look awesome as well. So hopefully those will go up. And I think they definitely have a very good shot at doing so. Into the Topps Chrome Refractors. Here's an Acuna one. These are selling for around 102, graded about 270. Topps Chrome is actually kind of a tough grade sometimes, especially stuff like this with centering and just surface. Really, surface on these Chrome cards will kill you. But still, $100 for that refractor of Acuna is very solid. I think Gleyber is just undervalued, and also is definitely not playing at an Acuna level. But I think there definitely is room to go up there, and especially if this kind of does turn into that silver prism effect, which I'm hoping it will. I'm not guaranteeing it will. It's just a theory that it could happen. But that could go way up from 280, and a PSA 10 could be upwards of 500 at some point. So that would definitely, be something to look at. And this is just an example. I'm not going to drop $102 on an Acuna refractor, but you can do this with any player. So let's say you want to buy a Rafael Devers, which I think I have right here. It's cheap. You can buy these are the last 2 that sold graded in a 10 refractor. It's a $40 card there. And even the base chrome too for $5.62 plus shipping. Under $10 just to get that base. And some of the other refractors are really cheap. So I think definitely would be something to look into. And once again, you can do this with any player. So let's say you want to buy Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, Luis Reyes, Pete Alonso, Tatis, whatever. Some of those guys are more expensive, but you can do this with pretty much any player that's in a Topps Chrome set. And, you could do really well with it if they do go up a lot in value. And the nice thing about this is I don't really see these cards going down in value long term, because I think the Chrome cards are really cool looking. I think collectors will start to maybe lean into that a little bit more, especially with what's happening in basketball. We will see. Baseball is completely different again than basketball, so definitely a big if, but it could happen. Next thing I have right here is some more Anthony Davis. I guess I pulled this up twice. But that is pretty much it for today, so thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you would like to see, continue having me do these videos. I enjoy doing them, and just kind of looking into this stuff for myself a little bit, trying to find some good investments. So it's really fun for me, and I've done okay with it so far. So just going to keep going. Can't wait for sports to come around, because that'll make cards a little more interesting, as they will bounce up and down based off sports again, and not things, not as much based on things like documentaries or if sports are going to happen or not. So that'll be fun once we get sports back. All right, thanks everybody for for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave your comments below.